January 26, 1945, 2:15 p.m., Holtzwihr, France. Audie Murphy stands on top of a burning tank destroyer. The fuel tank's been hit. Flames are spreading along the rear deck, creeping toward the ammunition compartment. 90mm rounds are stored below his feet. When the fire reaches them, the M10 will explode like a bomb. Murphy knows this. He doesn't climb down. 50 yards away, 250 German infantrymen are advancing across the frozen field, supported by 6 Panzer IV tanks. They see one American standing on top of the burning vehicle, alone, behind the .50 caliber machine gun. They think he's finished. Behind Murphy, his entire company has retreated into the woods. They're watching their lieutenant standing on a vehicle that could detonate any second, facing down a German battalion by himself. Murphy's already been hit twice. Shrapnel in both legs, blood soaking through his trousers. He has approximately 400 rounds of ammunition left. The Germans have 250 men, 6 tanks, and machine guns. What happens in the next 60 minutes will become the most famous individual action in American military history. 50 Germans will die. Murphy will take 5 more wounds and keep fighting, and he will earn the Medal of Honor while standing on a bomb. All because a 5'5" farm boy from Texas who lied about his age to join the Army refused to climb down. Audie Leon Murphy was born June 20, 1925, in a sharecropper's shack near Kingston, Texas. His parents were tenant farmers who worked land they'd never own. The deal was always the same: plant the cotton, pick the cotton, give the landlord his share, try to survive on what's left. There was never enough left. Audie was the 7th of 12 children. 3 died before he was old enough to remember them. The ones who survived learned to be hungry. Not the kind of hungry where you skip lunch. The kind where hunger is the normal state of existence. He was small, malnourished from birth. He'd never catch up to normal height or weight. But what he lacked in size, he made up for in toughness. Audie is 12 years old. His father walks away, just leaves one day and doesn't come back. Audie became the man of the family at 12. He hunted to feed his siblings. Rabbits, squirrels, whatever he could kill with a borrowed .22 rifle. Ammunition was expensive, so every shot had to count. By age 14, Audie Murphy could hit a squirrel's head at 50 yards. He had to. His mother dies. The official cause is heart failure. But the real cause is exhaustion and poverty. With her gone, the family dissolves. The younger Murphy children are placed in an orphanage. Audie watches his brothers and sisters taken away. It's the defining shame of his life. He makes himself a promise. He'll get them out. He'll make enough money to bring them home. But first, he has to survive. June 1942. Audie Murphy walks into the Marine Corps recruiting office in Greenville, Texas. He's 17 years old, 5'5", tall, 112 pounds. The recruiter says no. Too short. Too light. He tries the Navy. Same answer. He tries the Army Air Corps. They laugh at him. He tries the paratroopers. Rejected. Every branch says the same thing. You're not big enough to fight. Murphy doesn't accept this. His mother is dead. His siblings are in an orphanage. The war is his only way out. He tries the Army Infantry. The recruiter looks at his birth certificate. Murphy is 17. You have to be 18. Murphy's sister falsifies the birth certificate. The recruiter knows it's fake. But it's June 1942, 6 months after Pearl Harbor, and the Army needs men. They accept him. Basic training, Camp Walters, Texas. His uniform doesn't fit. His helmet slides down over his eyes. But Murphy surprises them. He can shoot. The rifle range qualifications are supposed to be difficult. Murphy qualifies experts on his first attempt. Every target, center mass. February 1943. Murphy ships to North Africa, assigned to Company B, 15th Infantry Regiment, 3rd Infantry Division. July 1943, Sicily. Murphy goes into combat for the first time. His first day, he kills 2 Italian soldiers. That night, Murphy can't sleep. He's 17 years old, and he's killed 2 human beings. The next morning, more killing. This time, Murphy doesn't hesitate. Something shifts. He discovers he has a talent for killing. September 1943, Salerno, Italy. Murphy's landing craft hits the beach. Machine gun fire rakes across the front. The men in front of Murphy fall. Murphy jumps over their bodies and runs. Half his platoon is dead on the beach. He earns his first Bronze Star. January 1944, Anzio. For 4 months, Company B lives in foxholes while German artillery pounds them day and night. Anzio is hell. Constant shelling, snipers, raids, men crack. Murphy endures. April 1944. Murphy's best friend, Laddie Tipton, is killed by a German sniper. For 3 days, Murphy hunts the sniper. On the 3rd day, Murphy shoots him through the head from 300 yards. He walks to the body. The sniper is maybe 19. Murphy feels nothing. After Laddie's death, Murphy stops feeling much of anything. He becomes cold, mechanical, efficient. June 1944. The Allies break out of Anzio. By the end of the Italy campaign, Murphy has earned a Bronze Star, a Silver Star, and 2 Purple Hearts. He's 19 years old and has killed more than 50 men. August 15, 1944. Operation Dragoon, southern France. Murphy's squad is advancing when German machine guns open fire from a farmhouse 100 yards ahead. The squad leader is killed. Murphy is now in charge. 2 machine guns, maybe 20 German soldiers. His squad is pinned down. Murphy doesn't wait. He grabs 2 grenades and runs toward the farmhouse, alone. Across 100 yards of open ground, while 2 machine guns track him. He makes it. Throws grenades through the windows. Storms through the door and shoots the second crew. The rest surrender. Murphy earns the Distinguished Service Cross. 2 weeks later, he's promoted to 2nd lieutenant. At 19, he's an officer. October 1944, the Vosges Mountains. Dense forests, steep slopes, rain turning everything to mud. October 20th, Murphy's platoon assaults Hill 446. Halfway up, they're hit by machine gun fire. Murphy's radio man is shot in the head. Murphy attacks alone, works his way around the German flank, throws grenades. By the time Company B reaches the top, Murphy has killed 9 Germans and destroyed 3 machine gun nests. By himself. Another Silver Star. December 1944. Company B is pulled off the line. They've been in continuous combat for 18 months. Most of the men Murphy trained with are dead. Murphy is still standing, still fighting. He's earned 3 Purple Hearts. His body is a map of scars. January 1945. Company B moves to Holtzwihr, near the German border. The company is under strength. They're supposed to have 200 men. They have 128. Everyone knows the war is almost over. Nobody wants to be the last man killed. January 26th, 2 p.m. German infantry emerges from Holtzwihr, a full assault. 250 men advancing, 6 Panzer IV tanks behind them. The first M10 tank destroyer takes a direct hit. The crew bails out. The second crew abandons their vehicle when Germans close in. Murphy's company starts taking casualties. Murphy orders a fighting withdrawal. Murphy needs artillery. He finally gets approval. But artillery needs someone forward to adjust fire. The only position still forward is the abandoned M10. It's sitting alone in the field 50 yards from the Germans. The 50 caliber machine gun is still operational, but the fuel tank has been hit. Flames are spreading. It could explode any minute. Murphy grabs the radio, tells his executive officer to take command. He's going forward. His XO says the tank is on fire. It's going to explode. Murphy knows. He runs toward it anyway, alone across the open field. He reaches the burning vehicle and climbs up. The metal burns his hands. Murphy doesn't climb back down. He gets behind the 50 caliber, checks the ammunition. 1 can, approximately 400 rounds. The Germans are 50 yards away. Murphy keys the radio. "Send me everything you've got." The artillery officer asks for coordinates. Murphy gives his own position. "Anything beyond me is German." "Lieutenant, that's danger close." Murphy looks at the Germans, looks at the flames beneath his feet. "Just shoot where I tell you." Then he opens fire. The M2 Browning roars. Murphy fires in short bursts, controlled, conserving ammunition. The first Germans go down like puppets with cut strings. 150 caliber rounds don't wound. They destroy. Blood sprays across white snow. The German advance falters. Murphy keeps shooting. Mechanical, methodical. Pick a target, fire, watch him fall. Acquire the next. No emotion. Bodies pile up in the snow. The Panzers open fire. 75mm cannon rounds slam into the ground around Murphy. One hits 10 yards to his left. Murphy feels the shock wave. Keeps shooting. The German infantry opens fire. Hundreds of weapons targeting one man. Bullets spark off the armor. Bullets whip past Murphy's head. One bullet hits him. Right leg. Shrapnel. Pain explodes up his thigh. Murphy keeps shooting. The American artillery arrives, 105mm howitzers. The first shells land 500 yards out. Murphy keys the radio while still firing. Drop 100. The next salvo lands 400 yards out. Closer. Drop 50, left 50. Murphy is walking the artillery closer to his own position. Shells landing 100 yards in front of him now. One piece of shrapnel hits Murphy's left leg, another wound. He keeps shooting, keeps calling artillery. 15 minutes in. A German squad tries to flank left. Murphy swivels the gun, rakes them with a sustained burst. All 6 go down. The barrel is glowing red hot. Another shrapnel hit. Right arm, blood running down to his hand. Murphy wipes his palm on his jacket. Keeps firing. German officers try to organize another push. Murphy targets them specifically. 3 officers go down in rapid succession. The German attack becomes disorganized. 30 minutes in. The flames are worse. Fire has spread along the entire rear deck. The heat is scorching Murphy's legs. Inside the vehicle, ammunition is heating up. Murphy can hear popping sounds beneath him, random rounds detonating. Any second now, the 90mm shells will go. Enough explosive force to vaporize everything within 20 yards. Murphy doesn't climb down. Another shrapnel hit. Left arm, 2 more hits across his torso. 7 wounds now. Murphy's uniform is soaked with blood. His movements are getting slower. Blood loss, shock, exhaustion. He keeps shooting. The Germans rally one more time. A final push. 50 men in a concentrated charge. Murphy empties the .50 caliber into them. Sustained fire now, just holding the trigger down. The barrel is white hot. Smoke pours from the breech. Brass casings tumble through the air. Germans fall in rows. The charge breaks 20 yards from Murphy's position. The survivors run. Murphy shoots them as they retreat. 60 minutes in. The .50 caliber clicks empty. 400 rounds gone. The barrel is ruined. The Germans are retreating, broken. 50 Germans lie dead in the snow, maybe more. Dozens more are wounded. Murphy releases the gun, tries to climb down. His legs don't work. 7 shrapnel wounds, blood loss, exhaustion. He falls more than climbs. His company is coming out of the woods, men staring at him like he's a ghost. Murphy's executive officer reaches him. "Lieutenant, why aren't you dead?" Murphy doesn't answer. By every law of probability, he should be dead. He's still standing. The medic treats the wounds, 7 separate shrapnel hits. Murphy refuses evacuation. "I'm staying with my men." His company commander arrives, looks at Murphy, looks at the burning M10, looks at the field of German dead. "That's a Medal of Honor, Lieutenant." Murphy doesn't care about medals. He cares that Company B held the line. The main ammunition detonates. The M10 explodes like a bomb, flame erupting 50 feet into the air. The blast wave knocks men down 100 yards away. Murphy was standing on top of that 10 minutes ago. That night, the Germans don't attack again. Murphy sits in a foxhole, cleaned and bandaged. His platoon sergeant asks if he's okay. Murphy says, "They were killing my friends. I wanted to kill them back." That's all the explanation he gives. June the 2nd, 1945. An airfield near Salzburg, Austria. Lieutenant General Alexander M. Patch places the Medal of Honor around Murphy's neck. Murphy is the most decorated American soldier of World War II. 33 awards and decorations, every medal for valor the United States offers. He is 20 years old. Murphy goes home, brings his siblings out of the orphanage, keeps his promise. Life magazine puts him on the cover. Actor James Cagney invites him to Hollywood. Over the next 20 years, Murphy makes 44 films. In 1955, he stars in To Hell and Back, playing himself. The movie becomes Universal's biggest hit. Murphy becomes genuinely famous. Except the war won't leave him alone. Murphy sleeps with a loaded pistol under his pillow. Every night. The nightmares are constant. By the mid-1960s, he's addicted to sleeping medication. He locks himself in a motel room for a week, stops taking the pills, suffers through withdrawal. After 7 days, he walks out, clean. Then, he does something remarkable. He starts talking about it, publicly. This is the late 1960s. Veterans don't talk about mental health. Murphy uses his fame as a platform, speaks out about his struggles, calls on the government to study the emotional impact of combat, urges them to extend healthcare benefits to address what we now call PTSD. 5 months after Murphy's death, Congress creates the Audie Murphy Memorial VA Hospital in San Antonio. May 28, 1971, Murphy is 45. He boards a private plane in Virginia. The weather is bad. Fog, low visibility. The plane crashes on Brush Mountain. Everyone dies instantly. 26 years after Holtzwihr, June 7, 1971, Arlington National Cemetery. Murphy is buried with full military honors. After John F. Kennedy, Murphy's grave is the second most visited site at Arlington. Tens of thousands come every year. Here's what Murphy proved. Courage isn't size. Murphy was 5'5", 112 pounds. Too small for everyone except the Army Infantry. He became the most decorated American soldier in history. Courage isn't background. Murphy was a starving sharecropper's son who quit school in 5th grade. He became a second lieutenant at 19. Courage isn't fearlessness. Murphy was terrified, slept with a gun for 26 years, but he stood on the burning tank anyway, because his men needed him. When asked why he climbed on the tank destroyer and faced down an entire German company alone, Murphy gave the simplest answer. They were killing my friends. I wanted to kill them back. That's it. No philosophy, just the raw truth. His friends were dying, so he fought. And when the war ended and veterans were dying from invisible wounds, he fought for them too. Audie Murphy was a killer, credited with over 240 enemy kills, a stone-cold soldier who could stand on a burning vehicle for an hour and shoot men until his ammunition ran out. But he was also the man who locked himself in a motel room to beat his addiction, who spoke publicly about his nightmares when nobody else would, who spent his post-war years trying to help the veterans the country had forgotten. Both things are true, the warrior and the wounded, the hero and the haunted. That's the real lesson. Courage doesn't mean you don't break, it means you keep fighting even after you're broken. On a field in France, in a motel room in Los Angeles, in front of Congress, admitting the war never really ended. Murphy stood on that burning tank knowing he would probably die. He stood there anyway. And for the rest of his life, he stood up for the veterans who came home broken like him. That's what made him a hero. Not the medals, the standing.